Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Muhammad Nopal Akbar, and today I will tell you the story about Cinderella. But this story after Cinderella married with Prince. After Cinderella married the prince, the life she lived was not quiet as is usually found in fairy tale books, which are only filled with happiness and prosperity. Cinderella was faced with an environment that made her uncomfortable. Coming from a commoner background, even just a maid, Cinderella received many scornful looks from the people in the place. They were not convinced that Cinderella was worthy of being their leader. They did not believe that Cinderella had enough knowledge to be the prince's companion. She never told that prince any of this. She didn't know what to burden that one she loved so dearly. The prince also seemed busy and distant lately. His face often looked gloomy, his mind wandering somewhere unknown. Even when they talked together in the garden, as they used to during the early days of their marriage, the prince felt distant. I found this old book in the library. It reminded me when I was little, full of fairy and cute little rabbit, said Cinderella. With a faint smile, the prince nodded, but his eye remained empty. His only replied briefly, "Oh, really?" There was a silent pause. Cinderella tried again. "Is something bothering you, Your Highness?" The prince looked at her for a moment, then turned away. "No, everything is fine." That answer pierced deeper than the words of the noblest. It wasn't just the place that made Cinderella feel unworthy. Even the one she trusted most was starting to drive away. She felt like a shadow, present but unnoticed. Cinderella only nodded, and eventually the prince exhausted himself to return to work. That night, Cinderella could only reflect. If only the prince believed in her abilities, she would be happy and would care about all the criticism thrown at her. Cinderella walked, intending to return to her bedroom, but the voice coming from the king's chamber made her change her mind. She approached, getting close and closer to the source of the voice. "We are losing the people trust. The food store is nearly empty, and the wheat reserves are gone. If the arrangement with the kingdom of Faradin fails, we will face rebellion," said the king. "I have already sent Evans, father, but they refuse. They don't want to sell without a large profit," the prince replied in a desperate tone. Finally, Cinderella understood what had been on the prince's mind all this time, the reason he stayed up the night, and why his gaze was empty during the day. Cinderella knew about the kingdom of Faradin. Even though Cinderella was just a girl who ended up as a maid, her father's library once had many rare books. When her father traveled out to other cities, Cinderella always spent her time reading those books, including one about the kingdom of Faradin. That neighboring region stored their harvest in fear of the coming winters, a small detail overlooked by nobles, but not by someone who had once living among the common people. That night, she wrote a small note, simple yet meaningful. They wrote, "Not everything that seems simple is empty. Meet me in the garden at dawn." In the morning, while the garden was still shrouded in mist, the prince arrived, his eyes curious. "Cinderella, did you write this?" he asked. "Yeah, I heard that the Faradin region has grain reserves, but they are afraid to sell because winter is coming." "But what will they do when that season passes?" passed and the new harvest arrived, they will be overstocked and face losses, explained Cinderella. We can offer a barter system. Our craft is exchanged for their weight. We have the best fabric like metal and natural stones. They won't be able to refuse. The prince slowly smiled. Smiles that hadn't been seen in a long time. That's a genius. That very day, Lion delivered the idea to the king. The king remained silent for a long time, then finally nodded in arrangement. Envoys were sent, an arrangement was made, and for the first time in a month, trade ship returned to the harbor. Food storage was replaced. The people were climbed again. A week later, the king gathered all the nobles and people in the main hall. Everyone prepared to give tribute to Prince Leon. We thank the crown prince for his wisdom in saving the kingdom, said the chief adviser. But Prince Leon raised his hand, stopping them. I do not deserve this praise. The room fell silence. Someone you did not see, someone you did not value, has saved us all, he said, turning toward Cinderella. It was Princess Cinderella who gave the advice. She made me believe that the solution can come from anywhere, even from someone you deem unworthy. One by one, the nobles rose from their seat. They bowed in respect. The servant and the people present also began to cheer Cinderella's name. That day, for the first time, Cinderella no longer felt like a shadow. She was a light that not only shone upon the prince, but upon the entire kingdom. I think that's all for me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.